Literally my very first vivid memory was getting on the bus to go to my Boys and Girls Club. I was really, really shy at that point in my childhood. So walking into the club was the craziest, scariest experience because it's crazy and it's loud and kids are running everywhere.
The first time I went to the club was because my mom made me. My little sister and I needed something to do, and my mom wanted us out of the house, absolutely, and we got dropped off at a Boys and Girls Club. I was not excited to be there at all. I was like, this is a place for babies. I don't know why I have to be here. Why can't my sister just go without me?
Originally just playing pool and after school. My mom was a working mom, so spent a lot of time at the club after school. I started boxing there probably within the year, so I was about 12 years old, and the boxing program was in the basement, so somewhere to be, and stay out of trouble.
My mom, as a single mom, wanted to get me around positive male role models, and so she had heard about the Boys and Girls Club, and I went there kicking and screaming and was very reluctant to go to the Boys and Girls Club that first day, and then when she picked me up, I didn't want to leave the new friends that I had made.
There was a group of us who were junior staff. We had our own purple shirts, which is really cool. You got to kind of be a part of the staff even though you weren't. And you'd actually get an opportunity to spend time with a specific staff that you chose and help them run the activities. For me, it was so beneficial because it rewired helping and taking care of people, but in a positive connotation.
You could go talk to them about anything. You could go up and say, hey, I was approached with drugs, or I was this or that happened, and then they would kind of help you through a direction of, how to stay out of it and how to focus on, the right direction in life.
Being instilled respect from such a young age and being held accountable for it for so long every single day was just instrumental in how I was able to develop it from a child to an adult.
To hear an adult tell you and to recognize you have been through some of the worst things that I could ever imagine somebody going through, and yet you're here, and yet you exist, and yet you're going to do better than that. I literally cannot begin to count how many times that has been a conversation that's been given to me.
You met a lot of friends and you had a lot of people that you would be lifelong friends with. That camaraderie was really tight because we were a team.
There was one director who kind of just took me under his wing. He was really funny, really athletic, and so you kind of gravitate towards that type of person. And when you're 12, you just want someone to think you're kind of cool.
Before, they were giving to me, and they were always there for me. And so it's the ability as you get older to give back again, right? So you give back to the club, and then hopefully it gives back to a handful of kids that need the help and that need that safe haven.
It meant the world to her that she knew that her son was in a safe place, that he didn't have to worry about getting picked on or bullied or wouldn't be doing the wrong thing, and that she could rely on the Boys and Girls Club to be there for me and to help her, essentially raise me. It changed my life.
Now I feel like I have the tools, I have the knowledge, I've helped build a life for myself that kind of sets me up to really be successful. I do kind of feel ready to take on the world. I feel like I can handle it.
There was the 9-year-old girl who had a drug using mother, and then there was the 11-year-old girl who was a foster kid and got the same hugs from the staff members that she used to get from her brother. And then there was the 14-year-old girl who had no friends, but she had mentors. And then there was the 16-year-old girl who needed guidance in high school, and the club administrators took her in like a daughter. So for me, it was the ability to find family-style relationships with the people at the club that allowed it to become a home for me. And so in a lot of ways, it was the only stable thing that I had. And it can be that way for a lot of kids.